fans they have and how many people in their corner. Oh, I have 1 million followers. I have tens and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that support me. How many of those people do you actually know? Do you realize the power that you have right now? Even the people that don't like you, they are drawn to you. They see you, but they don't see your greatness. They don't see what you truly have inside. They are afraid of it. They don't lift it up. They don't encourage it because they're not happy. So they want you to come on their side. They want you to believe in their ideas of what you think of yourself. They doubt you and you believe what they doubt. Instead of you waking up from your slumber, instead of you waking up from this nightmare of despair and letting your opportunities come to life. It's going to be a tough time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be rough. It's going to be some tough times and tough days ahead for you. But that doesn't mean your ideas are going to die. That doesn't mean that you stop. It doesn't mean you stop believing in yourself. You just got to keep on working. When you got people looking at you from the left side and the right side, from the front to the back, and you in the middle, just remember, everybody's watching. Just give them something to see. Let them see it. Are you watching me? Watch this. Or you want to stop me? You can't stop this. That's the mentality that you must have in yourself. Don't you dare give up now. I know what that pain feels like. I know how to absorb that pain. And I know how to keep marching. And I know how to keep moving. And I know how to get productive in my life. Can't stop what you didn't create. You can hate it, but you can't dominate it. Because it belongs to me. Your ideas belongs to you.
So many people dream big dreams, but they never take any action. So listen to me carefully. If you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost the battle. Not believing in yourself is a losing battle because either you won't try at all or you will convince yourself that you can't do it. And when you convince yourself that you can't do it, your results are going to confirm what you believe. You fall short of your goals when you predict that you're not going to hit them. And sometimes you're too focused on probability. You're asking yourself, well, what's the likelihood of this happening? Versus focusing on the possibility. Asking yourself, how would my life change if I accomplish this? Ask yourself that question. And don't wait on approval from anyone outside of you. And don't feel bad because you feel like no one is cheering for you. No, you've got to decide that you are your biggest fan. You've got to decide that you're going to finish what you started if you don't have one person supporting you. If nobody acknowledges you, acknowledge yourself. If nobody supports you, support yourself. This is the thing. If you keep showing up, if you keep going hard, if you stay consistent through your valley moments, your results will turn those who ignored you into fans.
It's not that you don't want everything that comes with the path that leads to your true potential, but you are too hung up on blaming the past and the present. You are too hung up on blaming your mom for how she treated you when you were younger. You are too hung up on blaming your teachers for how they spoke to you. You're too hung up on the shitty thing that happened to you years ago. I'm not trying to discredit your pain, but you gotta let that shit go. And because of that, you aren't able to appreciate the strength and power you have today. You aren't able to step into that power because you are choosing to justify excuses every single time you open your fucking eyes. It's time to take responsibility. Understand that you are in control of how you feel every day, what you do every day, how you act every day. So don't get it twisted. The excuse that these outside sources control how you feel, what you do, and how you act is just a justification.
All right. Thank you.
That has been
everyone.
drilled into your head
Welcome
since you were younger.
to another episode of Economic Summit, where billionaires are raised, and where we put what will stir your mind, what will stir your spirit, permit me to use that word, to getting to where you are meant to be in life. The primary purpose of Economic Summit is to create in you a mindset of billionaire, to create a mindset of an achiever, not just an achiever, but a super achiever. I found out that something in journalism, journalists want to break news, but especially when it's really a news, or just like what I read in one of the books, when it is very newsy. And by that I mean it is something people want to talk about, whether it is positive or negative. Of course, we know that negative news is great news for journalism, permit me. Now, what that means is that people are drawn towards people's attention. You get people's attention when you are saying the negative things. But I want you to know that in the last 3-4 episodes, it's been very amazing. The feedback we've gotten shows that people are taking responsibilities of their life, making sure that the you that gets up every day is not the same you that gets to your bed. Every day is an improvement of your old version. You are getting yourself updated, you are getting yourself upgraded. By this statement, you will discover that the first month of the year 2023 is come and forever gone. As excited as we are some 4 days ago, is the last few days of the year 2022, and here we all got into 2023 with a lot of aspirations, with a lot of desires. Of course, we know that a lot of us get into the new year, or in getting ready for the new year, we have a lot of things we say we're going to get to do this year. It's going to be a better version of myself. This year is going to be a greater version of myself. I will stop doing this. I'll get into this course. I'll get into this program. Sometimes there's this perspective, or there's this image we carry when we are thinking of either the future or the past. Now, for instance, somebody mentioned 1900. It looks like a dark past. It looks like a dark age. If somebody talks to you now and say, this is 2023, that by the year 2043, I'll be a billionaire in dollars. Those years look like something that will not, it will look vague, one. Then number two, it will look like you're going to have, a sort of something you're going to import from somewhere. The word will look funny, but I want you to know that nothing will really change if you don't change it. So welcome to Economic Summit. Tonight is going to be very, very, very powerful. We have an unusual guest tonight, but just sit back and relax. We have an unusual guest, and once every month we're going to be coming up with guests. And like I said, the guests will always be unusual. Please pay attention to every bit of thing we're going to be talking about tonight. On this episode, we're going to be looking at the extra mile. in my reading, I found out that billionaires, successful men who create the change we all live with, men who create the change we all enjoy. Some years back, there wasn't Facebook. Some years back, there wasn't Google. But young guys sat down and said, I remember reading the book, The Google Story, when Larry Page and Sergey Brin came together and said, in the course of their project or thesis in their university days in Stanford, they found out that the search engines of those days, the Alta Vista, I think MSN is not even there. The Alta Vista was one of the popular search engines then. They were working with it and they had issues with their results. So both of them, one of them was actually a mathematics student. They said they can have something better than what this thing is giving them. That was how that sparked an interest in them, and they were talking about it every now and then till they developed interest. And then, of course, met a man and they told him of the idea. And when the man saw the two of them, aside the fact that he didn't understand, so to say, what they were talking about, but just saw these brilliant chaps that there is something unusual about these guys. He gave them, in fact, I think it's $1,000 or $10,000 then. And apparently, when they had that conversation with him, he was actually on his way out, flying out of the state. So he asked them, okay, by the way, what is the name of this company that you guys want to start? They mentioned the name as Google Inc., Google Incorporated. And the guy, tore a check and wrote Google Incorporated and gave them the check. And he left, and traveled. By the time Larry Page and Sergey Brin got in, they were actually checking the name of the company they had not created, because they just told that man that they had created a company, but apparently they've not created it. Only for them to find out that the name they wanted to give the man was actually Google. Googol. Google. Google is one and several zeros, or hundreds zeros to be precise. 1 and 100 zeros. It's just like the way you have your 100. 100 is 1 and 2 zeros. 1,000 is 1 and 3 zeros. 1,000,000 is 1 and 6 zeros. But they mentioned to the man that the name of their company is Google Incorporated. And when they got home, they discovered that they have made a mistake. And they look at themselves and I look at each other, asking what exactly we're going to do. They said, well, we're going to go by that name, Google. It doesn't matter. They had to get a certain amount of money, open an account, register the company, and pay the check into it. That was how the name Google was actually born. Now, something stirred up in them that they can do better than what they had in the search engine. And at that time, search engine wasn't making any money. There was not business model for it and all of that. But look at it today. I was online today looking at the top 100 companies in the world. And of course, Google has changed its name to Alphabet. They're one of the top 50 businesses in the world. So what am I trying to say in essence is you should understand that you have the capacity to change the world. So before now, no one was going online to do search as it were. Okay, I think I also did a search of the top 50 most visited websites in the world. Apparently, two companies, topped the list, and the two companies' statistics actually the number of the two companies actually are over the last 48. And the two companies, one is www.google.com and two, www.youtube.com. And these two companies are owned by the same company, Alphabet. So, but before now, YouTube wasn't in existence, and then of course, some of us, I think I've said it whether on this platform, how YouTube also, was created. Of course, YouTube wasn't the original creation of Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They actually bought it off three guys or thereabout. Over $1 billion was paid. Those guys just, three of them were living in an apartment. One of them, fell asleep, and two of them, they had this party they actually planned to go. So it was like a game. Let's go to the party and leave him. And they sneak to the party, had fun, cover themselves so as to show to the third person, I actually can't pick their names now, that they actually went to the party. By the time the guy woke up, he didn't see them. Shortly after he was up, he invited them. I mean, shortly after he woke up from his sleep, the two friends returned, and apparently he asked them where they were. They said they went to the party. He said, no, that's a lie. That there is no way they could have, gone to the party and returned at this time. They said, yes, they went to the party. And one of them said, can you just show him the proof? Apparently he picked his phone, in the bid to show him the videos, how the party went. They discovered that when they actually covered, their what's it called? The party, the video of the stuff of the party they attended, they never saved it. And while they were trying to, go through their phone, making sure to show the guy, but the video was gone. They felt it very bad, badly. And the guy said he didn't believe them. And then, after days of conversation, the two guys told him that they actually went, and then they told him of the few things that happened there. And they said to themselves, that was how they hit an idea that is this the way people actually lose their videos, and they won't be able to, refer to it in the future, just like we have pictures. That was how the idea of YouTube. Okay, let's create what do you call it? Let's create a platform or a website where people can have their videos stored, so that 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years, they can still refer to it. That was how the idea of YouTube started. YouTube started as a result of one or two arguments. You didn't go for a party, you went to a party, and what have you. And then I think they got an investment from an angel investor of about $11 million to put that. And then a few years after, Larry Page and Sergey Brin approached them and told them, we've been watching what you guys have been doing and all of that. And before they said Jack Robinson, that the company was sold, and three of them became instant billionaire. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, before now, YouTube never existed, but somebody came up with an idea, and it has changed the way we think, the way we see life. The error Larry Page and Sergey Brin made that day, say using the word Google, they use the word Google, but now Google, the name Google has actually is a verb, and it's also a noun. In our English lexicon, I think sometime 2004, it was actually adopted as an English word. So when you use Google now, it is very correct. So tonight we're going to be looking at something that we call the extra mile. Everybody who is up today, everybody who we are looking at, every successful person, every billionaire, everyone who is doing something, that we all admire, have gone the extra mile. I hear a friend say this all the time, that world changers don't have normal schedule. World changers don't have normal schedule. People say, okay, I do a 9 to 5 job or 8 to 5 job, as you call it, and get home, eat some food, get to bed the next day, travel the cycle of life like that. The person who is going to change the world will not, live their lives like that. So we want to, tonight, I want to just take you through a few people who, did amazing things with their life, went extra miles to have the kind of result they want in life. And then, just like I said earlier, we're going to be having an unusual guest who's going to talk to us from his own perspective of how people do weird things, how people do crazy things to have the result, they have. And I've heard people say you can't be normal to get an extraordinary life. That the moment you want to be normal, then you can't have that kind of life. From Tim Cook to Vince McMahon and to what do you call it, to Elon Musk and what have you. I'm going to quickly run through. Maybe I'll touch on two or three, then have my guest, come and tell us few things in the course of his search of people who have done weird things, and I mean weird things. And then this is the kind of spirit I want an average person listening to me and who believe in Economic Summit to imbibe. If we can, push this. I think I've talked about Thomas Edison, the guy who invented or discovered incandescent bulb, who conducted close to 10,000 experiments. When I read his biography, I said, no, this guy is just crazy. Crazy, as in, the first time the what do you call it, the lamp he created stood about for 40 hours. And he said in that year, his house, there was darkness everywhere. There was no, of course, there wasn't light. That in the whole of his community, just like imagine your community where you live, stand up on your balcony and you'll imagine how the whole place will be dark, in the night. And he said he positioned his incandescent bulb the day he discovered it, that everyone around noticed that there was something different about his house. The newsman came the next day and he talked about his invention, and look at what we have today. We are able to do what we're doing because somebody, spent extra mile. Went extra mile, did extra experiment to making sure that he is here today. I want to quickly say this again, that if you are out there listening to me and you have been pushing very hard and it seems you're not getting the result you so desire, I want to say welcome to the club. There is nobody who is up there who never got to a point in their life when they wanted to give up. That is this working? I'm going to show you some of maybe a statement by Elon Musk of how they tried some things and they were unsuccessful. I read the book by Becoming Facebook, where Mark Zuckerberg said that a lot of things they did in Facebook failed. But the truth of the matter is that the only thing they present to the media is what is working. So more often than not, a lot of us feel, oh, Google had always had it right. I remember what's the name of that what do you call it now? The social media platform Google was trying to do. Was this Cycle or something? They actually tried to create a a social media platform, and they spent so much money and then it failed. There was a time they came up with I think one binocular or something like that, thinking that it was going to be a revolution. It failed. So has there been anyone who has gotten into this race, of becoming a super successful person or becoming a wealthy person or a billionaire who has not failed? I don't think so. I don't think so. So tonight I'm going to be talking about extra mile, and just like I said, I have my usual guest. Let me not reveal him now. In another few minutes, he will be coming up to talk about the weird things that people do to make a whole lot of money. So the first person I will be talking about this evening is Tim Cook. Tim Cook is apparently one of the best CEOs in the world. Apple CEO. Tim Cook routinely begins emailing employees at 4:30 in the morning. Who wakes up in the morning to send mails to staff? 4:30 a.m. And I want you to know that irrespective of the nations of the world, majority of people are on their bed at that time. Majority of people are still sleeping at that time, but somebody was already up, and at that time he wasn't even it was just one of the what do you call it, top management staff. So Steve Jobs left incredibly big shoes for Cook to fill. Of course, when you know Steve Jobs was such an amazing person when he was here. A lot of the things that he did, when I read his biography, he was such a cocky, such a proud, intelligent guy who, felt, who is Bill Gates? Bill Gates, apparently, I mean, one of his statements was that Bill Gates is not a creative person. He just copied everything that he is doing. That was one of the reason. That's the reason why you discover that Apple products are such that it's so compact. You can't say you want to change one or two things there. It deliberately did it like that so that nobody copies whatever it is he's doing. Such a proud person who traveled to India at a point, I mean, at some point in his life, and he just wanted to experiment. Is there God? Is there, the same thing is the co-creator of Oracle, who is even been addressed as a god, because they have found secret, and they've been able to tame life, and that is one of the things we're doing here. So now the man Tim Cook will always, I mean, got the job, the top job for a reason. He's always been a workaholic, and Fortune magazine reports that he begins sending emails at 4:30 a.m. A profile in Gawker reveals that he's the first in the office and last to leave. He used to hold staff meetings on Sunday night in order to prepare for Monday. Who does that? He is the first in the office, but you will see that few people have this attitude. They get late to the office, and before you say Jack Robinson, they are out of the office. But this man was just doing his job dutifully. But 4:30 a.m., he was already sending staff emails. Be the first to get to the office and the last to get there. Let's talk about Vince McMahon. I like that guy. Well, as a young boy growing up, I liked the game of wrestling. And at a point, I thought wrestling was just something, I didn't know it was a business. And Vince McMahon is a billionaire in dollars just by putting this together. WWE chief Vince McMahon's obsession with his company helped it to become what it is today. McMahon's life has revolved entirely around World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly the World Wrestling Federation, for more than 40 years. His former creative partner Vince Russo writes in a piece for What Culture that no matter what he did, he could never get to the office before McMahon or leave after him. Can you see that kind of attitude? He said, "You will never, no matter how he has tried." That he said, Vince get to the office before him, and Vince stays in the office later than every other person. And I know McHenry is one of his employees, a wrestler too, says that McMahon is interested in nothing besides wrestling. That is a man who is passionate, who is so dedicated about what he's doing. So I want you to know that it is important that your talent is never enough. I think there is a book like that by is it John Maxwell or John Mason now, that says talent is never enough. Don't ever believe that, oh, you are so skillful, you are so talented that you don't need this extra. You need the extra. Look at the two guys I've mentioned are billionaires in dollars, and they have done more works than an average person. He's given his last 40 years into wrestling. I'm sure if you know Mr. Vince of WWE, even his children are also multi-millionaires. All right, let me pick one or two more, then we have another dimension to this discussion. Then, if time permits, I'm going to conclude on this conversation. Another is Elon Musk. You know, I like the word of Elon Musk. He said, Elon Musk told other entrepreneurs that they need to work twice as hard as everyone else. Elon Musk tells other entrepreneurs that you need to work twice as hard as anyone else. Look at that. Not just work, but twice as hard, harder than everyone else. Of course, I think we discussed about him last week. He's a PayPal co-founder. Of course, he was actually on his own project, X.com. Peter Thiel and his colleagues actually founded PayPal, but Peter Thiel found out that Elon Musk was doing exactly the same thing he was doing. That was how they became partners. He's also the founder of SpaceX and Tesla. You know, is the CEO of Tesla today. Is known for his tireless work ethic. We know that you can't talk about 2-3 billionaires in today's world and not mention Elon Musk. And that young man, or that man, permit me, that man said that we should, entrepreneurs, myself inclusive, you inclusive, that we should work hard as twice as every other person. He advises other entrepreneurs to work twice as hard as everyone else to achieve success. That for you to achieve success, you must work twice as hard as every other person. Hear his word. He said, you just have to put in 80 to 100 hours. Let me say it again. You just have to put in 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. You know, wow. If we take 5 days as our working days, if somebody says put in 100 hours, that is saying put 20 hours of every day. If we now spread it to 6 days, it's talking about almost 17-18 hours of your day. That is how to be very, very successful. He said you have to put in 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you are putting in 100-hour work weeks, look at what he said. Then if you are doing the same thing, he said, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. Did you hear that? He said, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you are putting 100-hour work weeks, then if you are doing the same thing, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. Can you see how your 2023 can be super, super fast? You know, I was having this conversation with myself, and then it is this, that this is the second month of the year. You can practically reorder your steps. You can practically change your life's trajectory. You can practically become a newer version of yourself if you maximize your everyday. Oh, who am I? Who are you today? You feel sometimes you go to bed so worried, so dejected. You wake up the next morning and ask yourself, oh wow, I've woken up to this terrestrial world again. I've woken up, and you're a bit disturbed. But let me tell you, this is just the second month. So we still have about 11 full months this year. So you can choose to sit down and say, after this episode, I want to write 1, 2, 3 things I want to do. I was watching a young girl who actually in the space of 1 year, changed the course of his life from an healthcare worker in the United States to a software engineer. And she earns maybe times 3, times 4 of what she was earning before. You can practically reorder your life. You can ask yourself, what exactly am I doing with my life right now? Okay, can you start your life from the beginning? I'm very good at mathematics. If you come to me as a 30-year-old person and say your problems you have is mathematics, when I assess you, one of the ways I start with you is to go to the elementary stage. Say, for instance, learn the addition, learn your subtraction, learn your multiplication. If possible, let's go by rote learning. 2 times table, 3 times table, because when those fundamentals are missing, there is no way to build anything on your mind, mathematics wise. And I want to believe that's the same way about learning a new language. If you want to start learning a new language, for instance, German, French, Spanish, or whatever, you will start from the basis, the alphabets. I remember there was a time I was trying to learn the Hebrew language. The Hebrew, you will be taken to the alphabet. Now, what am I trying to say? If you want to reorder your life, you want to have a mastery over your life. You don't want to live your life to chance. You can just say, okay, how exactly do you want to look like? And all you will do is to say, okay, you sit down and look at the quality of your life now, and you look at the quality of the life you want to, you so desire to have. Then you can have it reordered dramatically. You can have it reordered in a new way. So look at it, said you just have to put 80 to 100 hour weekly. 100 hours. There is nothing you put 100 hours dedicatedly for one whole year that you not become an expert in it, that you will not be consulted over. Put your mind into studying the life of a billionaire. Each time I Google top 10 business books of all time, the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, still features several years after he has written it, because that guy took time to do a study, ask questions from wealthy, successful billionaires in his time. What exactly are you doing differently? Of course, when you meet somebody who is very successful, that is what you want to ask them. What exactly are you doing differently? And then he discovered that the successful person think differently. And then in that book, you will discover he said something that thoughts are substance. Thoughts that if you think about something, for a long time, you will begin to move in that direction. That our lives move in the direction of our predominant thoughts. Our lives moves, very fast in our predominant thoughts. When you think about suicide and you think and think and think about it again, whether you like it or yes, you begin to move in that direction. But you can reorder, you can change it. And if you do so, that in 2023 I have 3 years to study the lives of billionaires. I want to become like them. I read a book, I think at the late last year, December, Think Like a Billionaire. That guy actually was preparing for a church program, his men's program. They had a men's program in his church, and he was one of the few speakers. And he said he consumed hours of materials. He thought he was preparing for the meeting. He didn't know it was actually changing his perspective, his thought process. And before you know it, he became a wealthy person. So that was the reason why he wrote that book, Think Like a Billionaire. So what am I trying to say is this: if you say this is 2023, you can practice no matter the level, even if you are at the lowest of the lowest base of life, you can decide to say, I want to get to the topmost top in life. And how do you get to do that? Is by taking charge of your life, is by going the extra mile. Let me tidy the words of Elon Musk, and then I have my guest come on air now. He said the ability to keep pushing was on display in August 2028 after SpaceX third unsuccessful attempt to launch a rocket into space. Did you see that? A lot of people will not remember that SpaceX, on 3 different occasions, attempted to launch a rocket into space, but they failed. And do you know, when I say they failed, several billions of dollars. In fact, when I read the story, the fourth attempt was going to, if he actually failed, it was going to become bankrupt, because that was virtually everything he had. He invested every of his dime, every of his last dime into that what do you call it? Into that launch. The fourth one, the first one, the second, the third one were unsuccessful. They were unsuccessful, the three, but he never gave up. Look at his words. He said that the ability to keep pushing was on display in August 2008 after SpaceX third unsuccessful attempt to launch a rocket into space. Elon Musk put out a statement telling the world, "For my part, I will never give up. I mean never." What a word, what a statement from a man. Look at, after their third unsuccessful what do you call it, rocket launch into space, 7 weeks later, SpaceX became the first private company to successfully launch a rocket that reached the orbit. After 3 unsuccessful space launch, after launch of a rocket into space, permit me, after 3 unsuccessful launch into, space. But look at his word. For my part, I will never give up. And I mean never. And I mean never. All right. We're going to have my guest come on air now. He has his perspective to weird things. He's met these weird guys, and then of course he's actually form part of his stories, and he's going to come share 3 of those guys. We're going to be having this conversation together. I want you to sit back. I want you to listen. I want you to take your note and get nugget of wisdom from whatever he would say. And I can tell you authoritatively, that's a billionaire in the making, because that's the spirit. That's the spirit. You must, get to know, what are people doing differently? How can I do the same thing? You must, as a young person, in fact, we have an assignment on Economic Summit to raise young people to become super achievers, because we found out that their mind is very fertile. So whatever you put in their mind gets grown. They've not formed too many opinions about life, compared to adults who, feel that what is life all about? In the last 40 years of my life, I've tried to pursue this. When you look at Microsoft, Bill Gates registered that company at the age of 19. Mark Zuckerberg at a very young age, at the age of 17, and a whole lot of them. 23, 24 was the age Larry Page and Sergey Brin started that company. So that's our unusual guest. So please sit back. I'm going to have him after this short timeout, and I will reveal him to you after this time. So let's have this short timeout, and I'm going to let you see him in another 1-2 minutes. Stay back, don't go anywhere. here you have that young billionaire with me, or call him billionaire in the making. He's here. I said before we had that our break that on Economic Summit, one of the things we will be doing is to ensure we get into the mind of the young people, and making sure that at a very early age they start making impact in their space, instead of having young people, becoming nuisance in the community. Will quickly get into their mind, and this will be happening very shortly. I'm going to be letting us know about this, shortly, how your children can also be involved, because we want to get them into this and get it very fast. Serena Williams and the sister, at a very young age of 7 and 8, the sister mentioned that they will wake up very early to get to the tennis court at as early as 6 a.m., then get to school. Returning from school, they get into the tennis court. No wonder the result they have now. So, and we have this amazing young man here who will be, having this conversation about these young people making global impact. Let me not just get into what you want to say. His name is Joseph Abati, and I tell you, he has a very fine mind. He has a very fine mind, and um, like I said, let's get to listen to him. He's going to talk to us a few things, and then you're going to enjoy it. Welcome to Economic Summit.
Thank you very much.
Apparently,
Thank you
this
very
is
much.
our first guest on Economic Summit, and we're going to be having more of unusual guests like this. So tell me, what are the names of the guys you want to talk about? And,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Joseph Abati, as the host has introduced. Trust that you're all having a good evening. So I'll be talking about 3 different YouTubers. One is Phidias. The second one is iShow Speed, very popular, and the third one is Beluga.
You call him Phidias?
Yes, Phidias.
How did you get to meet Phidias? How did you?
Okay, Phidias grew popular on TikTok. So I was scrolling through TikTok last year, I think last year November, yes, and I saw day 18 of trying to hug Elon Musk.
The
So
what?
day 18 of trying to hug Elon
Day
Musk.
18 of trying to
hug Elon Musk.
Okay. Okay.
So apparently I skipped.
What does it do?
Phidias is a YouTuber. He does post YouTube, and he has an NFT marketplace. So apparently, a lot of people have niche that they do on YouTube. Gaming, beat, food, sports, music. But this guy is a very random guy. He can post 7 days in a plane, saying Mr. Beast's name a million times, and a whole lot.
Say what? Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, yes, a YouTuber, another YouTuber, saying his name 1 million
Mr.
times.
Beast, another YouTuber.
Yes.
Okay.
So apparently I scrolled past because I wasn't interested. Then another day I saw it again, day 20. So
Day 20 of what?
day 20 of trying to hug Elon Musk.
Okay.
So I just clicked on his
Why
profile.
the choice of Elon Musk? Has he been hugging others?
Okay, yes. So before I knew him, before I saw the video, I used to see him on YouTube. Apparently, I think the algorithm kept on pushing it to me. So I watched his video once trying to hug 100 YouTubers, and he seemed like a very weird guy, very very weird guy, and I wasn't interested in whatever he was doing at that point. But when I saw trying to hug Elon Musk, I was like, okay, this guy is aiming very high, and it was very very high. Yes, so I checked out his profile on TikTok, and like I saw day 1, day 2, day 3 till day 20 at that point of trying to hug Elon Musk. So what I saw that captivated me was apparently a security guard told them that they had to evacuate Tesla because he was sleeping outside Tesla in
For 20
his car for 20 days.
He was in front of Tesla.
default of Tesla X for 20 days. So the security guard apparently told them they have to leave because they want to launch a rocket.
What's his name again?
Phidias.
Phidias. Okay.
So he wanted to launch a rocket in SpaceX, obviously. So they had to leave, and I was like, why is he at SpaceX? Why can't he go to the house of Elon Musk? Or so I had to subscribe to him so I could keep seeing his content every day. So at day 35, I saw that he had moved. So I didn't see his videos for a particular for some days. So the next day I saw him was day 35 of living outside Twitter. So
Okay, so he's
he left
SpaceX.
Tesla to Twitter.
Okay, it's Tesla too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I noticed a progress when he was at Twitter. But apparently in Tesla he faced a bit setbacks because they always told them to evacuate the area because they wanted to launch rockets. He was not seeing no sign of Elon Musk. He will talk to the colleagues, to talk to the employees, but at the same time, he will get encouragement that they will try to convey his message to Elon Musk. But after 35 days, you can't still keep hoping that they will try to convey his message. So I think he moved. He thought of maybe moving to Twitter would help him. And so when he moved to Twitter, I found out that there was progress because he saw Elon Musk in his vehicle, and yes, at Twitter,
Okay,
yes,
at
he saw
Twitter,
Elon
okay.
Musk at his vehicle, and was deliberately avoiding him. So I found
Who
out
was
that
avoiding him?
Elon Musk was avoiding
Okay,
Phidias.
Elon Musk got to know that,
Yeah, that he
somebody
was-
was trying to.
Yeah, so apparently
Okay.
Elon Musk thought he was stalking him. Yeah, so there are a lot of people that do that. When I check the history, there are a lot of people that do that particular thing. They try to meet Elon Musk maybe for financial assistance or what have you. So he deliberately, avoided him so he won't cause any problems or anything. So I think that was it. And the next time I saw his premiere on YouTube, I just found out that he had hugged Elon Musk. So I was like, how did that happen? So I got to check, and fortunately for him, at the World Cup, he found out some children told Elon Musk about him. So now the funny story now is,
Okay, can we just
Okay,
listen to
okay.
when he got excited about?
okay, I think that's fine. That works.
Okay, so that's the guy.
Yes, that's the guy, Phidias.
So much time and effort to and I almost gave up, but I kept going. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Okay, so
Okay, so apparently,
but let me ask this question.
Okay.
You said Elon Musk was the number what? Celebrity was
number 100.
number 100.
Yes, he was the 100th
Okay.
celebrity.
Okay, he has been
Hugging
hugging other
a
celebrities.
whole lot of people.
1, 2, 3,
It's
200.
100.
So why that? What does he want to achieve with that?
Funny enough, like I said, people have niche that they do on YouTube.
Okay.
So he was just random,
Okay, that's his niche.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was just random, and he wanted to hug a whole lot of people before he hugged Elon Musk. So he got to a ball, he got to a party, he sneaked in. That's the funny thing. He sneaked into the party, just started putting his hands around different people, hoping that there will be celebrities. And while his editor was editing, he counted the celebrities with. So he hugged more than 100 people, but some of them were not celebrities.
Okay.
So his editor, just indicated to the viewers that these are the celebrities he hugged, and the rest were, other people that were, at the ball or at the party though. So 100 celebrities, 100 YouTubers, 2 different videos. 100 celebrities go about 7 million views, of course, because it will get attention because he hugged Elon Musk, of course. So that was a special thing. That was a very weird part
Okay,
about
is the
him.
video ready? Can we see the video now? Okay, let's see the video of Phineas.
Phidias.
Phidias. Okay.
And then he tweeted about it.
Elon Musk finally said this.
And then he tweeted about it.
Yes. Elon said you will hug me. Oh my god. I was planning to go back to my family for Christmas, and I was not sure if I would come back. And I saw this tweet now. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm doing like a kid, but I spent so much time and effort to, and I almost gave up, but I kept going.
All right. So how many days did he spend before he met Elon Musk?
Apparently, he spent 68 days.
68 days. That's about 2 months and few days.
Yes. So
Okay.
yes.
So
68
how
days.
how did he convince Elon Musk to?
Okay, so like I was saying before, fortunately for him, Elon Musk, so during the cup final at Qatar, some kids told Elon Musk that Argentina was going to win the World Cup, and they were very sure of it. So Elon Musk was like, okay, if Argentina eventually wins the World Cup, it will get them whatever they want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
Elon Musk was telling the children.
Yeah,
of
the kids.
Argentina. Okay. Okay, the
That's-
kids.
yes,
Not
the-
actually his children.
No, not his children.
Okay. Okay.
Some kids at the World Cup.
Okay.
So Argentina won, yes. So and it was like, what do you want me to get for you? That was his question. What do you want me to do for you? And he said, there's a certain YouTuber that wants to hug you, and we want you to hug him for us. I'm like, Elon Musk has over 200 billion or what have you. He can ask for a
can
tour
have-
in
yeah,
Tesla. They can ask
okay,
for a
okay.
Tesla for their parents. But
Okay.
for some reason, they wanted Phidias to be hugged by Elon Musk.
Hmm.
And fortunately for him, that was how
Can we see the picture?
That was that was how he hugged Elon Musk.
What are the other weird things he also do?
Okay, so he said Mr. Beast's name 1 million times.
Okay. What about the black?
Okay. Funny story, yeah. Apparently because he loves his YouTuber, he loves his subscribers, feels like they're family and what have you. So he was like he was going to break the plaque to show that material things are not worth it. He wanted to break his plaque to show that he really loves his subscribers. And I know a whole lot. Okay, the clip is going to be played soon. Okay, I know a whole lot of YouTubers that sued their friends or were very angry with their friend, kicked the friends out of their house for just scratching the plaque. I know of KSI that almost had beef with his brother, because of all these certain things. And he chose to break it. And it wasn't. I drop it on the floor breaking. I think the clip is ready.
The real reward is the relationship I have with you guys, and to be able to do this as a full-time job. Goodbye, plug. Okay. I love you guys.
So that was 2 days ago, and
Really?
yes,
2 days ago. So how many views now?
about 1 million views.
Million.
The last time I checked. Yes, so as I said, this guy is a very weird guy compared to other YouTubers.
Does this thing making money?
Yeah, he makes about $150,000 a month. As at last year, though, of course, he had gained more followers. Gained more subscribers. So obviously the money will be increasing. He has an
He makes a minimum of $150,000
every
on
month
YouTube.
on YouTube, just on YouTube.
Okay, is that the only thing he does?
NFT makes about $20,000 per sale. I think he made about $1 million because of the time NFT was rampant, and he sold his NFT for about $1 million or 1.5.
Some of his videos at Canada, how many views?
The last video he did, hugging Elon Musk, like I said, 7 million views.
Wow. 7 million.
YouTubers, he had about 3 million, and
Okay, so you can thank you very much, Joseph. That for me is not only weird, it's just to show that you can go the extra miles to achieve your result in life. Look at if you actually listen to the tone of his voice, he was a bit tired, exhausted after over 2 months of just waiting, quote and unquote, in vain to just hug Elon Musk. The first time Joseph mentioned it to me, I said, how weird will it be? Somebody just all he wants to do in his life is just to hug, someone, And I remember that there was a time Elon Musk consented to hugging him, but off camera. But he said no, it must be with that, So because Elon Musk apparently heard that the guy has been sleeping, at Tesla, at Twitter, and what have you, for days and months. and nobody would, stop him from leaving that place. And Elon Musk said he was going to agree to that, but not, that he wasn't going to make it open. But the guy apparently knows what he wants, and he said no, that will not happen. And he said he has even gone home for the Christmas, so, and look at how young kids from far away Qatar said their joy will be that Elon Musk, consent to these guys. So, what am I trying to say? When there's a will, there's always a way. The universe will always give a space for a mind that is prepared. You should, that is what we're talking about on Economic Summit, that ability to go the extra mile. I know somebody who is out there. If you start making $150,000 every month, I don't know what country you're watching us from. $150,000 isn't a small amount in any denomination anywhere in the world. That can change the life of your family members and what have you. So let's get to know what are the other ones that are doing weird things.
Okay, I would say Beluga before iShowSpeed, because iShowSpeed is very popular.
Okay, Beluga.
Okay, so I would have posted videos about Beluga, but firstly, there's no sense to what he's doing.
Okay.
First of all, as Google recognizes that as short Discord videos, that's the only thing they can put about
Short Discord videos.
short Discord
Is it
videos.
possible to have the video so you can see how weird that is? Okay.
Okay, so short Discord videos. He just posts pictures of cats, a woman cat, and a very very funny guy. Because I don't know. Okay, so his highest amount of views he has gotten was when he did his face reveal. That gained about 75 million
Wow.
views. Yeah, so when he did his face reveal, a lot of people who are hiding their face and end up revealing themselves get a whole number of views. Apparently, Beluga has 9.4 million subscribers, and he had two channels. Funny enough, he had two channels, and Beluga, Beluga had more subscribers than his second channel. He has Beluga, he has Beluga's mom, he has Beluga's brother, and they each have over 1 million subscribers on each of the YouTube channels. So if you know what money 1 million subscribers will be generating, you should know that money is not a small amount. And you see people 935,000, 1 million, 3 million watching that type of things. And people are liking it. When I used to watch around 13, 12, it used to make sense. But now I watch it's like, what if we finish the summit, you can go ahead and check Beluga on YouTube. Trust me, there is not one thing you're going to understand from that guy. And he's getting his money, he's making his money with all the videos he's posting on YouTube, which is very, very awkward. Very awkward.
You said he revealed his face?
Yes, he
Okay,
revealed
that's the
his
point.
face.
How old is he?
He's 23 years.
Beluga is 23. And what about Phileas?
Phileas is also 23.
23. Did you hear that 23-year-old young guys making maximum impact in the world? That is what Economic Summit is all about. That irrespective of, and I watched Beluga's video. It's just like having you and your friend chatting, on WhatsApp messages. You and your, and the messages just scrolling and scrolling. That is the content of Beluga, and apparently we can see that he has over 9 million views, 9 million subscribers. So I brought Joseph on air because becoming a billionaire doesn't have to be that you go fell a wood, or you do something that something as funny as just scrolling text messages and the world wants to revealing your face. 75 million views. That's a lot of money, especially when it has to do with the kind of niche he is in. So okay, what are other things Beluga has done?
Okay, so well, really it's just the chat, the Discord chat. That YouTube don't even know a whole lot about him. When I checked his biography when I was doing my research, it was just Discord chat. That was the only thing like we used to describe his video. So it's not really on there. That's why I bought this specific amount of YouTubers. There are other YouTubers also, but these are awkward YouTubers that don't have niche, and they are earning a lot more than people that have their videos on the niche, either food, music, sports, and the rest. These guys don't just post Discord chats, me living in the plane, not sleeping for 5 days. That's Phidias, not sleeping for 5 days. Awkward things. Staying in a VR headset for about 3 days. And
Staying in VR
headset for 3 days.
3 days. That's 72 hours.
Yes.
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
Weddings. That's why we call it the extra mile. For you to get results in life, the extra mile. And then, what do you call it, Beluga? How much is it worth?
Beluga, as of last year, said gathering around. Okay, so his first channel had about $500,000 because it doesn't post consistently as at before, as at 2021. At 2021, it was making $1 million of videos because he posts like every day on YouTube. So about $1 million because his videos gathers about 1 to 900k views. 1 million to 900k viewers every day. And of course that's a whole amount of money when algorithm keep pushing ads on his video. So it's about 2021, about $1 million, and but 2022 he hasn't been uploading consistently. So like this last video, apart from a week ago, was 3 weeks ago. So 2 weeks space. So as at last year, about $500,000.
Okay, so the last person you want to talk to us about?
IShowSpeed. Okay, very popular guy, very popular and crazy guy. He's my best YouTuber. People tell me he's carrying 2023. Yeah, carrying 2022. He's a very weird, very, very, very unique type of YouTuber. No one has seen a YouTuber like that. So what I noticed about a lot of viewers, people like when you lose a game and you rage. So apparently, if you lose a game of FIFA with you, people like me to take my pad up, smash it on the ground, kick my TV or something like that. So he started with NBA, and when he keeps losing, he does all of that. He breaks his controller, smashes his camera, and everything. That's how real he can get. And NBA, started with then when he finished NBA, just started random things. So how he blew up was he met Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is another YouTuber, but he's mostly on Twitch. So he just edits short clips of himself and puts it on YouTube. But that's not where I'm going. He met Aiden Ross. So Aiden Ross had a lot of subscribers at that time, and Aiden Ross made him blow up. So there are two popular things people know him for, and it's his barking. He barks while streaming every time. And what I like about him is
Barks like a dog.
Yes, barks like a dog. Straight. There's a 1 hour compilation of him just barking. Okay, so I think the clip can be placed.
All the Mexican good players, bro. Like what else? If I get another Mexican player, I'm getting off this game, bro. I swear.
I think that's the clip where he says that you serious.
Are you serious right now, bro? Like, are you serious right now? All these Mexican players.
If you look at the right side of that video, if you look at the comment scrolling, about 55,000, 65,000 people tune into his stream every day. He did a stream where it was live in Qatar, Argentina versus France, the finals. He gathered about 20 million views after he was videoing himself, when Argentina scores a goal, he celebrates, and everybody around him. Over 20 million views. He sings song also, World Cup and the rest of the songs. A lot of views. He makes about 5. Okay, so he actually revealed to us his account, his bank account, his Cash App. So okay, not even his bank account, his Cash App. And his Cash App, at the age of 18, he has about $5 million just for himself. I know he travels around the world. He has been to LA, he has been to London, he has been to Qatar, just to see Ronaldo. So his dream is to see Ronaldo. So that's his dream, to see Ronaldo, and he won't stop. He would buy the Ronaldo card on FIFA, use Ronaldo to fight wrestling on the game, use Ronaldo to play cricket, design himself like Ronaldo and everything. His obsession with Ronaldo is overboard, and people like that type of obsession. People like that, and he's just creative. He can come on stream without a shirt, without shorts. So when he stands up, you see, he's just wearing his boxer shorts, and that's it. Very unique. Very. It doesn't. It doesn't. What's the word? It doesn't have another personality on camera and another one. Anything you see on camera is the same thing in his real life. And because I know that because he has been recorded without him even knowing. He does sleep streams. He does streams every day. If you check YouTube, maybe 11 or 10 o'clock because time zones are different. You obviously be doing a stream today. Did a stream yesterday for about 2 hours. Did a stream the day before for about 5 hours. You call the police. Does just random things, no niches, just random things, and he has about 15.5 million subscribers just in 4 years.
Wow. I want to believe that you are having a swell time. Yes, you will know that the way the minds of these young people work is different from the way the mind of an average adult works. On his Cash App, he mentioned that he revealed the amount he has, $5 million, and just by doing weird things on YouTube. He said he has over 15.5 million subscribers in 4 years.
4 years.
When you build a business that can attract 15.5 million people in 4 years, and like I said earlier, I was on the internet checking the top 50 most visited websites in the world. YouTube and Google are the first two, and I said to myself, why would what's it called, YouTube and Facebook not? Google not be it, because they are providing values. They are giving values. You are lost of anything when you put it in the search box. Google will just give you an eye there, and you want to do a course. In fact, I have a guy as a friend on my Facebook. I'm still going to see how I'm going to bring that guy, one unusual guy like that. Maybe I will even bring him in our next episode. He lives in the UK and is a senior, programmer. The guy, give a lot of, goodies. Let me use that word. He showed us about 24 hours lectures from Harvard University. And he said it's about the best videos on software programming, and it's free of charge. And this is available on YouTube. Someone providing such value will always have, people come to it. So what we're trying to say here is this: tonight we're looking at what do you call it now? The extra mile. So we want to encourage that you go the extra mile in anything that you're doing. It's giving us about three weird guys. One's niche or whatever. It's just like you use the word. They are just random niches. And what the first one, Phidias, want to do is just to hug celebrities. How did that come to his mind in the first place? That your own job is to wake up and you're looking for what do you call it? Celebrity to hug. And of course, that's not an easy thing. Who sees celebrity on the road? Celebrities are not the people you just come by all the time. And someone's what do you call it, business, let me use that word, someone's business is just to get to meet them. And it didn't even stop at that point. It stopped at apparently the number one business person in the world, a billionaire. And it started by getting to Tesla's company. And he stayed there for 20 something days, and he felt, oh, this guy, sometimes he will just be lost of, not have any clue at all as to where Elon Musk would be. And it will be like waiting in vain. And first day we'll say I'm at Tesla, the next day I'm at SpaceX, and after 30 days he moved to Twitter. And of course, somebody like Elon Musk, he might even leave Twitter without that guy knowing where he would be. How did he even manage to know that Elon Musk was in a card at some point? and Elon Musk left United States all the way to Qatar, and he never knew, just like the biblical story of the king whose daughter impressed her by dancing and said, "Ask me to the half of my kingdom." And he said, "Get me the head of the prophet on a platter of plate, on a platter, permit me." And that happened. Elon Musk asked random children, "What exactly? I'm a billionaire in dollars. Of course, you know my name. What exactly do you want me to give you?" And that was an answer to somebody who was already giving up, to saying that I has waited in court in vain. And imagine that. And that was captured forever. You get it now? And we move to, what's the second name?
Beluga.
Beluga. Who's, the day I saw that, I'm like, hey. See, let me tell you, everyone on the earth is very unique. Everyone on the earth. Starting from next week, by the grace of God, our what we're going to be looking at is what do you call it now? The top most successful companies in the world, and what they do, who founded them, and how you can do the same. Because to be honest with you, after you have the mindset, after we have talked about the mindset, what exactly is the next thing? So, because I've been like, okay, what are the business ideas should we bring to Economic Summit to say, okay, you can begin to try to start something. You say, okay, I saw Baidu, which is what do you call it now, like Google in China. So we will come up with a lot of companies, what they are doing and what you can do. How did this person, if we say, okay, Apple is the number one company in terms of valuation and whatever, how did they start? Who founded it? What was in his mind? Okay, if we talk about Alphabet today, who were the guy what was the idea of Alphabet? So we're going to be coming up next week, to discuss this, and that might take the next eight Thursdays, so that people can start, taking steps, taking decision on what to do with their lives. So 2023 is not that year where you will just permit me just wish for anything. You're going to get your hands dirty. You're going to get your hands dirty. You get your hands to work, and you see. I remember that I also what does Mr. Beast that you mentioned? What is unique about Mr. Beast too?
Okay, so apparently, I feel like, Mr. Beast is one of the. I won't use lucky because he worked his way up to success, obviously. So Mr. Beast, helps
I think
people.
it's the highest.
Some YouTube, no, not viewed, is the highest subscribed in the world.
Okay, and I think he makes the highest
Amount of money. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I think why people like him a lot is because one, he's a very free guy, and two, he gives away to
Does
the
a lot of giveaway.
yeah. So he can be like, he can call you or call his friends. Put your hand on this private jet. For the last person to take his hand off wins $10,000 or wins the jet or wins the car. There was a time, it was like it took $10,000 to the supermarket, and it was like, let's see how long it would take before I give it away. And it didn't take more than 21 seconds, and he saw someone looking at the price of something. Of course, she was looking a bit raggedy, and just give her the $10,000 in the briefcase, just like that. So when people see this and people see that it's valid, it's not staged, because different people have testified to his giving, his generosity. It's not staged. People want to subscribe. People love people that give away, and I think that's why Mr. Beast, has a whole lot of subscribers. So I feel like that is the reason why Mr. Beast has a whole lot of subscribers.
Okay, that's good. I was doing a little bit research on Mr. Beast, and I found out that at a very young age, when he started, the mother discouraged him. Apparently, was even pushed out of the house. That of all that you want to do in your life, why being a YouTuber? That kind of a thing. But today is the highest what do you call it, paid YouTuber, and he does a lot of giveaways. Sometimes his videos are viewed 10, 15, 20 million and what have you. So You see, uh, those days you want to ask a child what exactly do you want to become. They want to become engineer, doctors, and all of this. Nobody want to say I want to go study YouTube or whatever. But of all that I see about what we have discussed tonight is people going the extra mile, people doing the weird things, people going beyond what do you call it? An average person will not dare. So for you to become someone everybody wants to follow, you must have been there, and it is going the extra mile. So thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for that the insight you gave us. I hope that we're going to have you go help do research on what do you call it, whichever areas, because our viewers want to see those sides that they can learn and move up with life. Because what do you call it, the economic summit, what we want to do is that you get to that peak. We call it economic summit so that you will be at that peak in life. Thank you very much for coming. You have a parting word for our viewers before you leave.
I would just like to say thank you to everybody that's listened to me. I hope you have all learned a few things. I just feel like every YouTuber, every person would say, how did he rise to fame? They always tell them their viewers, just be real, just be yourself. You can just put your phone. Yeah, I know of streamers that their mom calls them right there on stream. They go run errands on stream, and people will wait there. Maybe 10,000 people will log off.
Are you kidding?
And when it comes back on, they tune in. I know people that tell their mom that they're streaming, say, come and answer me right now, and they leave. Just be real on camera. That's the only advice I would love to give everybody. Don't have to hide personality or everything. It might be hard because going on camera, your friends will see you. You might feel a bit embarrassed, like I'm not supposed to be talking like this. But I feel like just be real, because that's the only way Speed and the others, gained that amount of subscribers and money that they have.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joseph. I believe and I know that you will go far. Just like we mentioned earlier, you are a billionaire in the making. Since you have actually seen the likes of Phidias, and I know that you also want to come up with a niche. Or is there something you're doing with your YouTube too that you want the world to know about?
Okay, so I have a gaming channel. I just started about last year, December.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a gaming channel, Rexel RZ.
Call it what?
Rexel RZ. RXLRZ. I just uploaded a video today though.
Okay.
So it's basically FIFA. I really like football, and I just feel enjoying yourself on camera is very, that's another thing. Just enjoy yourself. Just be happy.
Okay.
If dancing on camera is what you want to do, just do it.
Okay.
And just watch tips on how to blow up on YouTube. And yes, so I think my channel will be displayed, or that's my gaming channel. And I just started though, and tips from all these YouTubers, is really encouraging me and it's really pushing me. Before, I would just like to cut my videos, without putting, without editing it, just cutting them. And I wasn't too consistent last year, but this year I've been driven, I've been pushed, because Speed is 18, and that's like 3 years away from my age, and 3 years isn't
older.
3 years older from than me. So when I look at 3 years older than me, it's not, the age gap is not much, and so that's my YouTube channel. I just play FIFA, and any games anyone my viewers wants me to play, I can play them. And yes, that's basically what I do on YouTube.
All right, thank you very much. Call it again. X
Rexel RZ.
X
Rexel RZ. RXLRZ.
All right. So, viewers, thank you very much, and thank you very much. We so really appreciate Joseph for his time and for that powerful exposition. And please subscribe to his channel, give it a thumbs up so that YouTube algorithm can refer to your friends. and here and there, so that sometime in the nearest future, when I say nearest future, in another few months, people can say X Larz is a million subscribers, is our own, and then we need to actually, push him up. So this is the Extra Mile on Economic Summit. Thank you, everyone. We are just at the nip of time. And next week, like I said, we're going to be looking at the top companies in the world, who they are, what they do, and how they started. So that if there is something you want to start and then you see someone, maybe for instance, you see, what we just want to do is to push you to that place, push you up there. You see, I don't believe that, well, let me use the word, I believe that anywhere anybody gets to in life, I can get there, you can get there. You see, if you listen to, for instance, Mr. Beast, I did a research on him that when he started, you can't compare, when he started and now. You'll be like, is this guy that started that time? He was just in one random room, so dirty and all of that, but he had that mind that was going to get there. See, I have read a little bit of what do you call it, of billionaires. For instance, the first person we actually did his work here was what do you call his name now? The founder of what's the name now? Okay, you will get to see when Mr. B started compared to what he's doing now, but he persisted. He never gave up at any time, and that is the spirit. That is what we want you to achieve. So if anybody is there, you can also get there. If anybody get there, you can also get there. Look at Mr. Beast. It was just by his bunk bed or what have you, and that was how he started. At that time when he started, this picture that you see on the screen, when he started, the mother told him to get out of the house, that he wanted him to go to school. But look at the result today. That guy is a multi-millionaire. A multi-millionaire. Companies in the world want him to just talk about their products because they know it's going to garner. He has about 5-6 channels in their millions of subscribers. So, being a billionaire, you have to be able to go the extra mile, not just one route, anything at all, And when I say anything at all, I'm talking about anything legitimately. Walmart. Sam Walmart was the one I want to talk about. Sam Walton. He thought he was just going to have one what do you call it? One store or 11 stores and what have you. And then see the result today. The children, long after I had died, are still billionaires in dollars. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I will be coming your way again next Thursday, God's willing. And then, like I said, we'll be looking at the top companies in the world. Who started them? Who are they? How did they start? How you also can, begin to do something. And especially want everyone to even get to the internet. Because I read a book sometime, 1 Minute Millionaire. It's only on the internet that it has been proved that you can become a millionaire in dollars online. Because your ideas can just, go viral, and in the next 24 hours, you are millionaire. So we're going to be looking at various companies, how they started, what they are doing now, how you also can do your own. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to leave you with these few things. Please tell somebody about this. You want to send this link to someone and you feel they'll be encouraged. Talk to someone about it. And I see you becoming a billionaire. Economic Summit, the extra mile, that's what we did tonight. I'll see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.
All you thinking about is the doubts and the negative things that people are saying. Because you're relying more on their ideas and their dreams of you instead of you relying on your own dreams and ideas of yourself. Why would you want to surround yourself with people that don't have ideas that are great? Why would you want to surround yourself because of a number? You know, a lot of people tend to wonder, oh, how many friends they have and how many people in their corner. Oh, I have 1 million followers. I have tens and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that support me. How many of those people do you actually know? Do you realize the power that you have right now? Even the people that don't like you, they are drawn to you. They see you, but they don't see your greatness. They don't see what you truly have inside. They are afraid of it. They don't lift it up. They don't encourage it because they're not happy. So they want you to come on their side. They want you to believe in their ideas of what you think of yourself. They doubt you and you believe what they doubt. Instead of you waking up from your slumber, instead of you waking up from this nightmare of despair and letting your opportunities come to life. It's going to be a tough time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be rough. It's going to be some tough times and tough days ahead for you. But that doesn't mean your ideas are going to die. That doesn't mean that you stop. It doesn't mean you stop believing in yourself. You just got to keep on working. When you got people looking at you from the left side and the right side, from the front to the back, and you in the middle, just remember, everybody's watching. Just give them something to see. Let them see it. Are you watching me? Watch this. Or you want to stop me? You can't stop this. That's the mentality that you must have in yourself. Don't you dare give up now. I know what that pain feels like. I know how to absorb that pain. And I know how to keep marching. And I know how to keep moving. And I know how to get productive in my life.